Good morning, everyone. This is my first morning in Capital Reef at Fruita Campground, and I don't think it's as cold here as it was in Bryce Canyon.
It says it's 32 degrees out, so it is pretty cold.
But I have had the toastiest night's sleep since I started this trip, camping anyways. So I'm gonna get up and I will show you my new system. Okay, so I'm up and I haven't even gotten out of the tent yet, but I'm gonna show you. It feels a little chilly, so I'm gonna show you this system, which was very warm. So I showed you this pad that I used as a seat the other day. I put it underneath the R4 pad. So this is kind of a warm weather pad. So it just added an extra layer between me and the cold ground. And I could tell a difference. And I've got the regular sleeping bag here. And I added a quilt, which is used for warm weather. So as opposed to a sleeping bag, it doesn't have a back or a zip. It just kind of, you wrap it around yourself and there's a foot box. So you kind of put your feet in the box there and you wrap the quilt around you. And it's definitely for warmer weather. It gives you a little bit more freedom to adjust your temperature when you're camping in warmer weather. And then, so that was really helpful because in the previous nights I felt cold on top of my body, so that added an extra layer on top. And then of course I have the sleeping bag liner, which adds just a little bit of, an extra layer, but also saves me from having to wash my sleeping bag as much. Not that really any part of my skin is touching the sleeping bag at this point. So let me show you some of the layers I have. So I have this hat, and on top of the hat, or underneath the hat, I have an ear warmer. I've had to be careful wearing this ear warmer too much because I have my hair underneath it now, but usually I don't. And it was causing me some ear pain when I was wearing it like 24 hours a day. So I don't think the ears are meant to be compressed for that amount of time. So I stopped wearing it for a few days. And I'm just trying to wear it when I'm really, really cold. I have my silk gloves. I have my neck warmer. I have my jacket, my vest, a wool top, my silk top, and just a regular top underneath. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna lay all these out for you in a different video so you can kind of see, so that you can see specifically what they look like. But I'm going to do that when I don't need to wear them 24 hours a day. Okay, so pants, I have just kind of probably polyester but thick sleeping pants. I have knee-high socks. Again, they're probably just polyester, but they're thick. Alright, I have a pair of wool pants and the silk pants. So then, as I showed you, I have these knee-high socks. I have just a pair of regular socks and then the silk socks. So I try to keep the silk layers as close to my body as I can because one of their selling points is that they keep the heat next to your body, but they're also thin, so they release heat as well so that you're not sweating underneath them. So I keep those as the layer that's closest to my skin, and then layer the wool on top of those.
I still use my water bottles still.
So I've been preheating the sleeping bag, and I put the top layer of my pants that I'm not already wearing in the sleeping bag when I put these in there. One goes in at the feet, one goes up kind of towards my torso area, and I do the warm-up breathing that program that Ellie made for me, so I get pretty toasty. I used to take the hot water bottles out of the sleeping bag before I fell asleep because I was a little worried that they were going to leak. After several nights of doing that, I started leaving them inside the sleeping bag and just making sure that I wasn't putting pressure on them. I understood how I was moving in the sleeping bag and, how I was sleeping, so I felt comfortable placing them in areas that I didn't feel like I was going to, be laying on them or squeeze them. And I think that helps as well, to just kind of let their heat run their course within the sleeping bag. So that's my new setup, and it worked really well. I think I slept like 9 hours, which was very needed.